ditirelo tsa metsi tse di setseng di wetse go setse morago maitlamo a lekgotla la ditšhaba a ditlhabololo a borataro kana Sustainable Development Goal number 6 a gwetlhang mafatshe otlhe go dira ka gotlhe go tlhomamisa gore batho ba one botlhe ba bona ditirelo tsa metsi le go akaretsa kgopo ya metsi a leswe se go rameletswe mo tsamaisong e lolameng ya metsi le tshomarelo ya one ka ngwaga wa 2030.
This is BTV News at 9 o'clock, coming to you live from the capital, Gaborone. I am Komutso Mapane. Let's take a look at the headlines. President Masisi consoles the Tlhaselo family following the passing of Mr. Sabelo Tlhaselo. Hurricane Milton continued to ravage America.
Orapa United head coach Dimitar Nikolava Pantev says that the team is ready to battle it out in the group stages of the CAF Confederations Cup.
Interpreting in sign language is Amantle Babili. Good evening. The President, Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi, accompanied by the First Lady, Ms. Neo Masisi, has condoled with the Tlhaselo family following the passing of Mr. Sabelo Kenneth Tlhaselo. Sabelo, the transport and logistic magnate, was described by the President as an industrious man who will be remembered for his good deeds. Kikantse Khumalo.
The family of the late Sabelo Tlhaselo, who are still reeling in shock, has disclosed that the transport mogul died as a result of suicide on Sunday. Sabelo was well known for pioneering the transport industry in Botswana.
On a Monday morning, Ratsogella happened to police station ya Gaborone West, ba re thusa ba sepodisi ka botswapelo mme ba ra ba re nya le tsere tshwetso e ferare ra etsa ga re itse gore re dire ja me ba re nya mme re le ga kolleng a re direng postmortem le tle le itse gore ka sentlente go diregileng mme ga nna jalo ya dirwa ka la bobedi madua tla supa gore mogolle itsetse botshelo.
When giving a message of condolence, President Masisi said the late Sabelo's entrepreneurial spirit outshined his peers who were well educated than him. The President urged the family members and the community at large to remember him for his great deeds.
Bohomadisa Holland itseng hela gore mogolle re tsetse nae re itse botshelo ba go ba bonna tla bo khoni ba bopelonomi le go rata dio ditlhamalla ditumelo a re mogakolo go ka tseo anke gore thuse sepe go nna re ya ka betsa gore ke eng hewe ke ba gore le o tshetse botshelo ba gago o re diretse rotlhe o re go disitse gape ke batla go le kopa ke le rapela ka mong ka go kgonang ma le bona o ditsa belo Tlhaselo ha tshwanele Batswana ka bontsi wa senoga ka monana le gone, but the sharpness of his entrepreneurial spirit ka titego nana le one ka ha simotsa ka teng he stands out o gaise ba le bantsi ba ne bana di tlhakatlhaka and go mo tshintso gore go kwalwe
kana ha sello si ntse ka mokhosi ntseng ka oneo moholo a batla le bana le nna le kgomotsego ke a go leboga mongame ke a go leboga maitsho gore ba le ditsile a modimo a le ba ba lentseleng le tshweretse dintsi tsa lefatshe mme a modimo a nna le ba balle.
The late Sabelo Tlaselom will be laid to rest at Ramotswa on Saturday. Kikantse Khumalo, Botswana Television, Ramotswa.
Different speakers have expressed sadness following the passing on of renowned transport mogul, Mr. Sabelo Tlaselo. One of the speakers, Khosi Mosadi Seboko, said Mr. Tlaselo contributed immensely to the growth and development of Ramotswa and ensured the growth of sport in the region. Unkutlile Tamageng reports.
71-years-old Mr. Sabelo Tlaselo passed away on Sunday. His family and those who worked closely with him described Mr. Tlaselo as a hard worker who had gained recognition over the years for his successful venture in public transport under his company Sabelo Express.
He single-handedly, together with his former wife, they took this business from nothing and grew it into a very big entity. It's well known over the country, even across borders of this country. He had a lot of passion for his business. And he was a man who was always on the ground.
Some of the things that Mr. Tlaselo will be remembered for includes being a patron of sports, especially football, in Ramotswa and the surrounding villages. We met at the football pitch where we were both players. I helped him fund his businesses to purchase his fleet. Mr. Tlaselo is also said to be one of the pillars of Lutheran Church in Ramotswa. He also helped us with donations when we had events at the Khotla. Funeral arrangements are underway.
Postmortem or not,
We managed to do post-mortem to establish the cause of the death. Mr. Tlaselo will be buried in Ramotswa on Saturday. Unkutlile Tamageng, BTV News, Ramotswa.
The president of the Botswana Democratic Party, BDP, Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi, says it is evident that Moshopa residents voted a capable representative for the area in the last elections, as they chose a strong and hard-working leader who filled his shoes well, ensuring he brought transformation and essential developments nearer to the people of the region, which has now grown to be a fully independent district. The president made these remarks when launching the parliamentary candidate for Moshopa Manyana, Mr. Karabogare in Moshopa.
President Dr. Masisi says does not doubt that the residents of Moshopa Manyana will re-elect Mr. Karabogare back to Parliament, as is the fourth member of Parliament from the ruling party to continue holding on to the position since the first elections. He says during his 5-year term, Gare has proven to be a capable representative, which should count for his re-election in the upcoming national elections.
Mono Gare ke mo parlamente wa bone mo kgaolong mme se se kgatlhang ka ene na pega dipalo nako le nako gompieno wa go di pega go gaisa mongwe le mongwe mme a di pega ka lona a di pega ka gore tumelo
The BDP council candidates who have now increased in number from 8 to 15, as well as Kharem, who is vying for the parliamentary seat, were reminded that they can only win this race if only they work as a team and support each other in this journey.
Tshwaileng le gore re ka emela top party e pele kwano gore re tle go ema manokeng re tle go dira jaaka nna ke ntse ke dira ke tsa ditaelo jaaka ke dineelo ke be ke di diragatsa mme bile ke netatsa go dira ka motlemo go leng teng gore mananeo a leng teng mo Botswana batho ba kgaolo e ba akole Karabo ke ngwana o wetseng mowa ke ngwana o botlhale o le itseng ba gaetso gore le boikobo jwa gagwe ke ba tshwantshangwa le jwa gaope o tsene mo parlamenteng morago gore tautona a rona a tseye setilo sa botautona
a re yeng go tsena mo batswaneng ba gaetso re kopeng tlhopho ka boineelo ka lorato ope wa lona le ga le mo Freedom Square a ska ba leka go ntsha lehoko la tlhapa ka gore lone leo hela leo le tabe le senya boleng jwa party ya ga Demokoraga.
President Dr. Masisi applauded the residents of Moshopa district, saying it is the second district after Good Hope Mathitim to register voters in high numbers across the nation. He requested that the 27,869 registered voters should vote well and secure their future. Kese Rofetse Magwinja, BTV News, Moshopa.
The Vice President, Mr. Slamba Tsohwane, says post offices play a critical role in addressing current challenges in communication and also act as a catalyst for economic growth and entrepreneurship. Speaking at the commemoration of 150 years World Post Day and also the opening of the first ever Poso Mall in Tatisiding, the Vice President applauded Botswana Post for being innovative in bringing services to the community despite being faced with stiff competition from the ever-changing technology. Batani Mando has more.
This year's commemoration is held under the theme 150 years of enabling communication and empowering people across the nation. Botswana Post, just like other postal sectors in the world, has played a pivotal role in fostering development, unity and cohesion in Botswana. The Vice President, Mr. Slamba Tsohwane, shared that for the post office to remain relevant in connecting communities and providing essential services like postal stamps, financial savings and distribution of old age pensions is commendable. Mr. Tsohwane says the construction of this Poso Mall should also be celebrated.
Postal services continue to act as catalysts for economic growth and entrepreneurship. Mobile-based applications such as DigiPost create spaces for entrepreneurs to thrive by connecting them with broader markets.
That deciding re bona ekete ga ona di molo sentle mme ra re kana poso ke kompone ya setšhaba ke le rona re sa tle ka mmolonyana o eleng gore mmolo yo o tla bo dira gore batho ba tla deciding ba nne le ko ba yang teng ba kgobokana ba bona ditlamelo
dithabollo di tsene mo motseng wa rona ya poso e re saleng re e lwa le batla le lelele.
The Minister of Communication, Knowledge and Technology, Mr. Thulagano Sogoko, applauded the leadership of Botswana Post to remain strong in their core business despite a major shift from the use of letters for connection to technology.
Ba nnile le gona gore ba itebaganya le diphetogo tse ba ikamanya le tsone ba hetola ka ha ba ira ditirelo tsa bone gore le bone ba kgona gore ba tswelle ba dire ditirelo tse ba ntse ba di leha mme ebile ba dirisa maranyane.
That deciding Poso Mall is a welcome development in the village.
Tuto contain in a corner for a tswelele but try to take a talent and Poso in the middleman but on about correspond about Palaka Poso and we know the role of Poso is
Botswana Post is on an ambitious drive to revamp and roll out other postal malls across the country to improve access to postal and government services. Bethany Mantu, BTV News, Tati Siding.
The Kimberley Process Secretariat has launched its offices in Botswana, a milestone purposed to address issues of continuity in their different operations and services. When officially launching and opening our Kimberley Process headquarters in Gaborone, the Minister of Minerals and Energy, Mr. Lefoko Moage, said the historic moment demonstrates the country's commitment as the world's leading diamond producer to promote integrity in the diamond trade. Reports. Different African countries in 2016 in Dubai lobbied behind the permanent residency of the Kimberley Process Secretariat, and the decision was later finalized during the plenary meeting in India in 2019. Botswana bid to host the offices, and today history is being engraved as the Secretariat opened shop in the heartland of diamonds.
Botswana was motivated to bid to host the Secretariat because of the value and importance diamonds have had and continue to play in our economy and development. We also sought to improve the efficiency of its implementation and contribute to its continued evolution to stay relevant and fit for purpose in this dynamic global diamond trading market environments. Our interest is in preserving the integrity of the diamond industry. Diamond industry or diamond trade is the mainstay of our economy.
The offices hope to drive the use of diamonds to benefit communities and establish sustainable economies in the African continent.
It will provide the backbone for the Kimberley Process to drive unity, not only globally but crucially across the African continent as well. This Secretariat will help ensure that diamonds continue to be a positive force for African development, bringing real benefits to communities and economies alike. Ladies and gentlemen, we live in a time of extreme geopolitical uncertainty and escalating conflicts in many parts of the world. There are those who seek to undermine the Kimberley Process, offering untested alternatives or pushing for changes that serve their own interest and not really to the best interest of Africa.
I am particularly happy to see so many people who have traveled with us on this journey of establishing the KP Secretariat, and I believe we'll continue to work together to not only make it a resounding success, but to make it an institution that all the KP family can be proud of.
It is now up to the African leaders and the entire KP members to drive the future of the diamond industry and to ensure the role of the process is not diluted. Gelekelezwe, Somolekai, PTV News, Gaborone. A significant milestone was achieved in Mabesekwa in the Donota district as 87 individuals graduated from the Ipelegen Skills Development Component, ISDC. The ISDC is a government program designed to equip Botswana with various skills to improve their quality of life. Minister of Local Government and Rural Development, Mr. Kotla Autwetsen, recognized the accomplishments of the 87 graduates who completed their training in different disciplines. Abigail Madorobo.
87 students graduated under different disciplines such as carpentry, bricklaying, plumbing, among others, under the Pelegen Skills Development Component Program. Mr. Autwetsi says the ISDC initiative is in line with the Government National Transformation Agenda and Strategy National Plan 21-24, which aims to empower people, which in the long run will help promote local businesses. Being unsuccessful in education due to some reasons leads to one being despondent and also leads to one following the wrong paths, which can lead to them living a life of crime. This IEDC initiative will help the government improve lives.
Mera bere le ba mo mananeong a puso gore lenaneo le le ka nnang bohebo gore le gore re fitlhisa koo ke lone lenaneo la rona la ipelegeng gore go nne le gore ha ba dira ipelegeng go bo gona le dithuto dingwe tse ba di thathelelwang.
The ISDC program will also go a long way in addressing the employment crisis government is currently grappling with. I have learned a lot through this initiative, and through the mindset change, we have managed to acquire different skills.
Tiro ra e lebogela batsadi e hapela ga rona. Ke tiro e ntle thata.
We are grateful of good job well done as we see that the government is taking great action in trying to improve our lives.
Morahi wa mabese. Re bona gore puso ya rona e me ka dinao. E tsaya dikgato tse di maleba.
Residents were urged to engage these graduates by giving them tenders for their construction projects, which will not only help them hone their skills but will also improve their lives. Abigail Madorobo, BTV News, Mabisekwa.
This morning, the Broadhurst Magistrate Court Chief Magistrate, Mr. Gofaone Mureng, granted 34-year-old Mohakuludin Tebogang conditional bail. And Tebogang, who has been held in custody since his arrest, is facing 2 counts of murder, which he allegedly committed in May 2024 in Tlapalanoga ward in Mogoditsane. Unkutlile Thamage reports.
On the 18th of May this year, the accused person, Mohakuldin Tebogang, allegedly murdered Ngano Skelemane and Monyana Joyce Mpedi at Tlapalanoga ward in Mogoditsane. Even though the court reserved the accused plea in his previous appearance, Tebogang, who took the stand, informed Magistrate Gofaone Mureng that at the time of killing the two, he heard a voice that prompted him to kill Mpedi and Skelemane. He told the court that he was not under the influence of drugs at the time of committing the offense. Magistrate Mureng at the time issued an order for the accused to be taken to Sabrana for assessment. Following assessment, guided by the doctor's mental assessment report, Magistrate Mureng granted the conditional bail after the prosecution and investigating officer did not oppose the application. Mureng then ordered the accused to pay the sum of 4,000 pula and also ordered him to find 2 sureties who shall bind themselves with a sum of 2,000 pula each. Magistrate Mureng also ordered the accused released on bail after satisfactory assurance that he is going to stay with his sister Bontle Nobola at Block 9 location in Gaborone. The accused was also ordered not to use any habit-forming substances during the entire period of his bail. The accused person was also ordered to report himself fortnightly at Gaborone police station and to come before court whenever he is needed. The accused will appear before court on the 25th November this year. Unkutlile Thamage, BTV News, Broadhurst Magistrate Court, Gaborone.
In international news, various hurricanes have made their landfall in America this year, with Hurricane Milton being the latest to hit the U.S. On Tuesday, the storm, classified as Category 4, is expected to hit Florida tonight. It is reported that President Joe Biden postponed his trip to Angola and Germany, opting to remain at the White House to monitor Hurricane Milton.
Hurricane Milton will be the 5th storm to hit the U.S. after Beryl, Debbie, Francine, and the latest Helen. Residents of Florida, where the storm is expected to hit, have started evacuating to faraway places. Over 3.3 million could be impacted by the storm.
I am scared. Mierda. It's bad. Very scared. We're evacuating. Had to get a hotel very far away.
It's definitely pretty scary. All of my years living there is definitely the scariest, most hyped up hurricane we've ever had.
President Joe Biden has praised the leadership of Florida for their stellar response to the storm.
The governor of Florida has been cooperative. He said he's gotten all that he needs. I talked to him again yesterday, and I said, no, you're doing a great job. It's all being done well. We thank you for it. And I literally gave my personal phone number to him.
Republican presidential candidate Mr. Donald Trump has accused the Biden administration of misusing funds which could aid storm victims.
He and she, they send
hundreds of billions of dollars. They send hundreds of billions of dollars to foreign nations. And you know what they're giving our people? $750.
The American Vice President, Ms. Kamala Harris, has addressed those remarks.
It's extraordinarily irresponsible. It's about him. It's not about you. And the reality is that FEMA has so many resources that are available to folks who desperately need them.
The White House said postponement of Mr. Biden's trips was necessary given the projected trajectory and strength of the storm. Some of the areas hit by Hurricane Helen will be impacted by Hurricane Milton. Even though it was downgraded to Category 4, it still remains ferocious. Laonele Hwale, BTV News.
So Josemo is standing by to give us the latest in sport.
Thank you, Khomozo Mapane. It is always an honor and privilege for me to welcome you to Botswana Tonight Sports segment. I am Tato Khosumra. Thank you for joining us. And our leading story. The Botswana national under-12 tennis team today lost 2-1 against Zimbabwe in two team events and one doubles match at the ongoing ITFC 80-12 and under teams finals competitions played at the Notwane Tennis Center in Gaborone. Katlago Khakole.
Botswana started day 3 of the tournament on a low note as Francisco Brink dropped a point for the local team following a straight sets loss of 6-1, 6-2 to Chamak Zumanyiki of Zimbabwe.
I think I lost it on most important points when I gave easy balls and he could come in the court and finish me to win the game and go always. He was always like, I was never in advantage in the games.
My forehand was really good, and me approaching the net, and my volleys were good, and my serves were also very good. And before I came to this tournament, I practiced really hard, and knowing that it's not going to be an easy win, yeah.
In the second encounter between the two neighbors, Rorisa Ngubuseng was paired with Unatisi Tole of Zimbabwe, who tried his level best to bring his team back into contention. Ubuseng was, however, on fire, commanding the game with his strong serves and eventually won the match by 2 straight sets of 6-3 and 7-5. The battle between the two nations continued in the doubles meeting, where Botswana was represented by Moshele Kaukau and Francisco Brink, while Zimbabwe put their man on Chamak Zumakwini and Moshanyaka Mtlanga. Zimbabwe continued with their good display on the court, dominating Botswana to claim their second victory of the day with a 6-2 and 6-3 straight sets wins.
I was not playing my game. Second of all, when I got the opportunities, I would lose them, and I made too many unforced errors. Mostly I was just trying to play to his backhand with heavy spin and then coming to the net and finishing off the points. I feel like I was playing consistent really well. I wasn't making that many unforced errors, and that's where I think I played my best.
The 2024 ITF Cat 12 and under teams final competition matches continued tomorrow with the boys and girls team events and doubles. The 8 Nations 6-day competitions will continue and end on Sunday. Katlaho Kakole, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
In football news, Orapa United head coach Dimitar Nikolov Pantev says they are ready to battle it out in group stages of the CAF Confederations Cup. The Ostriches begin their campaign against the USM Alger of Algeria. Khomsa Sofako has all the details.
The RJF Cup finalist Orapa United reached the group stages after making out Zimbabwe Dynamos in the 2-legged preliminary playoffs, where they won through penalty shootout to qualify for the first time in their history. It is the Ostriches' first time to reach the group stages of the competition.
It will be a big challenge for our team to participate in group stage CAF Conference Cup. I think that our team is still very young, without experience, but enough hungry for success. So I think that we are ready, and we'll play our game, we'll follow our philosophy, we'll try to play our football without any fear. we have enough respect to all teams in this competition, but we'll play without fear, and I'm sure that we'll show in Africa that we can keep good level here in Botswana.
Those territories are in Group C with the likes of seasoned campaigners Asek Bimosa from Cote d'Ivoire, Senegalese ASC Giraffe, as well as Dinsang Orabanyes former club USM Alger.
For me, this is a big chance to introduce myself in this part of Africa and also in this competition. And I think that we did a lot in last 4 months, but we need to improve more, and I think that these matches will help us for the future and will give us more experience and confidence to continue with success in the local league also.
The diamond mining town Giants will kickstart their campaign with a trip to Algeria, where they will face USM Alger on the 28th of November. From Joseph Fago, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
And that was the end of Botswana Tonight Sports Desk this evening. Thank you for watching, and now let's take a look at our leading stories.
President Masisi consoles the Tlhaselo family after the passing of Mr. Sabelo Tlhaselo. Hurricane Milton continued to ravage the U.S.
Orapa United head coach Dimitar Nikolov Pantev says the team is ready to battle it out in the group stages of the CAF Confederations Cup.
Well, that was Tato Kosimori bringing us to the end of our news bulletin this evening. Interpreting in sign language was Amantle Babili. Up next is the weather update. BTV News, Iganyarona.
Good evening and welcome. Tonight's weather forecast is brought to you by Kumoses Almanac. This evening, clouds are visible over some areas of Khansi Kgalagadi, southern southeast Gauteng and Kwenen district. There's a possibility of isolated thunder showers over some areas of southern southeast Gauteng and Kwenen district. On Thursday, we're expecting some partly cloudy conditions over some areas of Khansi Kgalagadi, southern southeast Gauteng and Kwenen district. Few patches of clouds are expected to be visible over central district, with clear skies expected over some areas of Ngamile and Chobe and northeast district. Fresh to strong winds are expected over most areas in our country. The public is advised to take necessary precautions. In the morning, we're expecting some warm temperatures over southern southeast Gauteng and central northeast and the Chobe district, with minimums ranging between 16 to 19 degrees Celsius. And over the remaining areas, we're expecting some hot temperatures. In the afternoon, hot temperatures are expected over Khansi, southern southeast Gauteng and central northeast and Chobe district, with maximums ranging between 33 to 35 degrees Celsius. And over Ngamile and Kgalagadi district, we're expecting some very hot afternoon temperatures, with maximums ranging between 36 to 37 degrees Celsius. Now, looking at the fire bulletin, it's showing some active wildfires over some areas of Ngamile and Kgalagadi, Gauteng and Central District. The public is advised to handle fire with care and avoid starting unnecessary fires. Now, looking at some cities in Africa, we're expecting some cloudy conditions over Kabari, with partly cloudy conditions expected over Antananarivo, Cape Town, Luanda, and Nairobi. Few patches of clouds are expected to be visible over Dar es Salaam. We're expecting some showers over Addis Ababa, Monrovia, and Rabat, with partly cloudy conditions expected over Tripolis and Cairo. We're expecting some few patches of clouds to be visible over some areas of Khartoum and N'Djamena. That's weather forecast. Have yourself a good evening.
Hey y'all, look, name something that's creating sparks in Botswana. Well, there's only one good answer, and that's Botswana Ignite. As promised, we're firing up the local industry with multiple projects, and we're busy filming a series of Family Feud Botswana that will be on your screens next year. But here's the thing. We're so excited about Family Feud that we're bringing you a sneak preview. Let's get it on.